Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of the video analyzing the article discussing the book that was released by Lindsay Jill Roth. In this video, I'm going to talk about this friends or family narrative that has been spun through this article, and I'm going to talk about this dropping of her last name. So if this sounds interesting to you, stick around. But before we begin, here's the intro. Welcome to Revealing the Narc. Join me as I highlight narcissistic traits in celebrities and public figures. Everything here is in my opinion and not professional advice. If you enjoy the analysis, please like and subscribe. In part 1 of this video, I went through the article and discussed a couple of things that stood out to me, including this calling everyone a best friend that is said throughout the article. Well, I mean, actually, it's said once, but you know what I mean. And how Meghan and Lindsay are sisters by choice, and how Meghan manipulates friends or family constantly. I also talked about flying monkeys. It was a great video, and I provided some really good examples that could be related to your own life. And I will drop a link to that in the description of this video. So go check that out. In this video, I want to expand on the friends or family narrative. And we see that in the article where it's mentioned that in the book's acknowledgments, Lindsay Jill Roth paid tribute to Meghan, describing their relationship as sisters by choice. We know that Harry and Meghan, both of them, are completely isolated from their families. I think they have this really big push, or at least Meghan does, to try to show that although she's not socializing or actively engaging with the Markles, with Doria's side of the family, and with Harry's family pretty much, she's carefully curating her image. So, this repeated theme of friends or family and sisters by choice in her PR moves, her puff pieces, and trailers, they're actually done for several strategic reasons. This isn't just a random feel good narrative, it's carefully curated. And in my opinion, it aligns with narcissistic behavior patterns. So let's break this down. Here we see another example of Meghan rewriting the narrative. She wasn't the problem. Narcissists hate being exposed and will do anything to control their narrative. Meghan has been publicly estranged from both sides of her family, her father, her half siblings, and the entire royal family. To counteract this perception that she is the common denominator, she needs to prove that she is capable of maintaining loving relationships, just not with the people who, in quotation marks, wronged her. So there's this constant push of a chosen family, and it allows her to shift the blame. She could be saying, see, it wasn't me. My real family or families, because there's so many of them that she has isolated herself and Harry from. So she's saying, my real family was toxic and I had to create my own supportive circle. And we see that all the time with her, right? This supportive circle, this build a new community and all of that. This is something that she constantly talks about. She's also using this friends or family to reinforce the victim narrative. It's almost like she's saying, I had no choice. And we know that she said something similar to Omid Scobie. Gosh, now I can't remember what it was that she said to Omid Scobie. Oh, she said something like, on the last day, it didn't have to be this way. Or I didn't want it to be this, something along those lines. Narcissists thrive on victimhood because it generates sympathy, validation, and shields them from accountability. By presenting her new friends as the family she never had, it subtly reinforces that her family and the royals were cruel, toxic, and unloving. This emotional manipulation, it serves two purposes. The first is it guilt trips critics into feeling sorry for her. Sorry, Meghan, it's not working. And it makes questioning her seem heartless because who would attack someone who's just trying to find love and support? It seems like the underlying message Meghan is trying to put across is I was abandoned and had to create my own happiness. I think she's also trying to really emphasize that she's not a narcissist. She's trying to play this empathetic, loyal friend. Public perception of Meghan has taken a hit, especially recently with the Vanity Fair article, with her being an ambulance chaser. In my opinion, actually, she's worse than an ambulance chaser because an ambulance chaser doesn't block the path to the hospital. But Meghan took up precious real estate on the 101 freeway. And I know some people say maybe she went and helicopter. Well, she also blocked resources, including the time of city officials and first responders. But, anyways, we know that her public perception has taken a hit, and many people label her as selfish, manipulative, and narcissistic. So, one of the best ways for her to combat this label is to present herself as the opposite. She's loyal, she's loving, she's the ride or die friend. She consistently highlights friendships as deep sisterly bonds, which helps counteract accusations that she discards people when they no longer serve her. But we've seen her do that multiple times, and just examples off the top of my head: Trevor Engelson, Corey Vitiello, Ninaki Pretty. So when Megan does this show that she's best friends with everyone and friends are family, she's trying to show, see, I do have lasting relationships. The problem was never me. Only toxic people were cut out of my life. Megan consistently uses Serena Williams, Abigail Spencer, Lindsay Jill Roth, and Misha Nonu as proof that she is a loyal and long term friend, despite the fact that many of her past relationships have mysteriously vanished. In this action, Megan is also building a new inner circle. And in my opinion, this is flying monkeys in action. To know a lot more about flying monkeys, please check out part 1 of this video. So, as a narcissist, Megan needs a devoted inner circle to act as her public relations defenders. These friends help shape her image, they protect her reputation, they validate her victim narrative. Promoting all of these people as family also ensures their loyalty. It publicly elevates them and makes it harder for them to turn against her. These friends are also buffers. If Megan is criticized, her friends speak up for her so she doesn't have to. She can stay silent while letting her allies attack critics on her behalf. And just off the top of my head, the first thing I think of is that People magazine article that came out after, I don't remember exactly when it was put out, but it was in defense of the letter that Megan wrote to her father. They actually were the ones that put ahead the contents of this letter, and supposedly these friends banded together to try to protect Megan. This friends or family theme also plays well with Hollywood and American media, which love these type of found family narratives. It allows Megan to frame herself as relatable. Many people come from fractured families and sympathize with someone who has had to create their own support system. This messaging also aligns with modern feminist ideals of choosing your own destiny and surrounding yourself with people who truly love you, rather than staying in toxic situations. The Harry and Meghan mockumentary was clearly scripted to showcase a wholesome California life filled with hand-picked supportive friends who get her, in contrast to the cold, rigid royal family. So this friends or family thing is also strategic PR messaging. This narrative isolates Harry further. Meghan not only cut off her own family, she made sure Harry distanced himself from his family as well. This friends or family narrative makes it seem like the past is irrelevant, royal family is unnecessary. Harry has a new family now, one that will always protect him. It serves a dual purpose. It ensures that Harry remains loyal to her new world, and it prevents any possible reconciliation with the royals that could undermine her influence over him. In Harry's interviews, he constantly parrots Meghan's language, calling her friends his family too. This echoes cult like isolation tactics, disconnecting from old family and replacing them with a new approved one. So, this constant theme of friends or family and sisters by choice, it's not just a harmless, feel good statement. It's a calculated strategy that serves multiple purposes. It allows Meghan to rewrite history and to absolve her of any blame for cutting off her family. It allows for the reinforcement of this victim narrative to gain public sympathy. It counteracts accusations of being a narcissist by portraying herself as a loving friend. It allows for the recruitment and solidifying loyal PR army of flying monkeys. It builds this Hollywood friendly, relatable storyline for her public image, and it also ensures Harry stays cut off from the family by embedding him into her new chosen family. In my opinion, this is an elaborate PR maneuver designed to control the narrative, maintain power, and solidify loyalty, both in her social circle and in public perception. Okay, let's get into the second topic of this video. In that same GB News article, it references what Lindsay wrote in her book, acknowledging Meghan, and it says, Meghan Sussex, Meg, to be sisters by choice, still thinking the same thing at the same time after all these years, no matter how many miles between us, is my favorite part of our unbreakable bond. Meghan Sussex. Sussex is not her last name. I've been noticing over the last several months that these articles that are coming out have stopped calling her Markle, and this one is the most eye-catching one I've seen so far. So why is Meghan doing this? I think this is another attempt at rebranding herself. She's attempting to launch American Riviera Orchard, her lifestyle brand that's focused on luxury home goods. And this marks a shift from royal drama to high end branding, meaning she needs a fresh public image. I believe that Meghan believes that her name alone would fit her luxury branding. And part of it is that her last name or her maiden name, Markle, it carries baggage. But Meghan, the name alone, feels sophisticated, aspirational, and timeless in Meghan's opinion. Dropping her last name helps her transition from ex royal to elite lifestyle mogul. In addition to this rebrand, I think she's trying to relaunch her Hollywood career. And we can see this through her actions with Netflix and all these business ventures. We've heard of her trying to make deals with HBO as well. There are a number of people in Hollywood, top tier people, that have dropped their last names for branding purposes. Beyonce, Madonna, Rihanna, among many. I think she's trying to position herself as instantly recognizable one name icon. A really interesting reason could be she's trying to reduce association with Prince Harry. So, could this be Meghan preparing for a solo future? We know that Meghan has been working on individual projects separate from Harry. She signed her own deals without him. We've heard rumors that people in her circle have shopped her on book deals post divorce. If their marriage ends in the future, I think Meghan is trying to do her best that the public doesn't see her as Harry's ex wife. So I think if Meghan and Harry split, she may want to be Meghan, the icon, not Meghan Markle, the ex royal. Doing this now gradually makes a future transition look less dramatic. So I think there are several reasons that Meghan might be doing this. It could be because of a Hollywood and luxury brand relaunch. She's trying to distance herself from family scandals. She's creating space from Harry just in case. And she's reinforcing her status as a one name A-list powerhouse. So the bottom line here is Meghan is calculated in her PR moves. Dropping Markle isn't just a stylistic choice, it's part of a bigger strategic transformation, allegedly and in my opinion. So I'm curious to know, what do you all think about this? Do you think that she's really trying to stop this association of Markle with her first name? And if so, why do you think she's doing it now? If this was all interesting to you, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever a new video is posted. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you all soon. Goodbye. If Valentine's Day with a narcissist feels more like an emotional obstacle course than a celebration of love, you're not alone. This day can be incredibly triggering for them, which means it often becomes painful for you. That's why I put together a guide called Surviving Valentine's Day with a Narcissist, Protecting Your Peace. Inside, I break down why this holiday brings out their worst, the tactics they use, and most importantly, how you can protect your energy. There are also some journaling prompts and recovery strategies to help you process everything afterwards. You can grab it now on my Patreon. I'll leave the link in the description. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.